Good morning, Homestart Portsmouth, Louise speaking. My name's Louise, I'm the scheme manager at Homestart Portsmouth. We're based right here in the city centre of Portsmouth. There's been a scheme here since 1992. It started with just one lady working out of community centre, and it's gone from strength to strength, and we're now what would be considered rather a large scheme. One of our main focuses here at Homestart Portsmouth is to try and get families to see what else there is out there for them in the city of Portsmouth. We never claim to be a one-stop shop, and signposting is really, really important to us. We're always looking for other services that are of use to our families so that they can be making the best use possible of all the different facilities that are out there in their city.
My name's Ed Brennan and I'm the area manager for the Heart of Portsmouth Children's Centres, which was formerly the two Sure Start programmes in the city, and we provide a whole range of services for families who have children in the 0 to 5 age range. We commission lots and lots of services, including health and Homestart Portsmouth, who we have a very long relationship with. They have always come up and met their milestones that we set them, and 9 times out of 10 will exceed those expectations. We continue to have a high level of need for support for our families in this area, and the bottom line is Homestart Portsmouth is the best of its type, and we want the best for our families. You have in Portsmouth is, you know, pockets of deprivation in more affluent parts of the city, and the challenge is to engage with those families, which is quite difficult because they're not the ones that will, if you advertise a parent-toddler group, will just turn up on Monday afternoon for it. They need support in order to come through the door.
I found out about Homestart through my play development learner, Melissa. She recommended me because I needed a lot more help with my son because he's a hyperactive little so-and-so. To get Homestart involved, I actually didn't feel... I didn't personally feel bad because I know that I need a lot of help with him. I hate being a mum. Actually, no, I hate being a housewife. Being a mum's not the problem. Being a housewife, so I know I needed a lot of help, basically, and someone to help me sort him out as such, because I can't cope with him. If you come back in a year's time, I'd like to say my relationship with my little man is so much better. I don't want to kill him, and that I've made some friends. Homestart's helped me sort my relationship out with my baby, got me friends, got me to groups, and basically given me and my little one a better life.
I've worked with 14 families altogether now with Homestart. Each one has been different and each one's been great fun, and I've just loved every minute of it. And we don't judge in Homestart at all, we just listen, and I think that's the biggest thing you can do, is just to listen to somebody, and it's just a great feeling. There have been challenges. Some of the families are very needy, but it's just a privilege to be part of it, and just to pop along every week and to gradually see smiles on their faces, and I just love it. It's great fun and get to do all sorts of interesting things. The Homestart family is, you're a friend to them, so you do the things that you would do as a friend.
Hi, my name's Juliet, I'm 44 years of age. I work for Homestart Portsmouth. I've been a volunteer since March. I am also a single mum. I have 3 children of my own, a granddaughter. I've been a foster carer for 8 years. I also have had 44 children in those 8 years, and I work for the local news as well. I found out about becoming a Home Start volunteer through one of my foster children. He came home with his book bag and there was a leaflet inside. So I put it to one side, read it, and thought, yeah, I will go for that. And then thought, no, I won't. I don't think I'll be able to do it. But I picked it up again and I did give him a ring. And then one of the coordinators came out and gave me an interview. And I explained to her what I did, my background with fostering and everything else. And she said, good, think about it. And next minute I phoned them back up and said, yeah, I want to become a volunteer. It's not hard work, it's just befriending somebody really, and you can support them in many different ways and be really good friends. And it's just like going to see a friend for a cup of tea and taking them out and going for a walk, just all the usual things, and your life doesn't have to stop. Doesn't matter how busy you are, you can fit that 2 hours in a minimum a week, and I fit it in quite easily.
I found out about Home Start through my health visitor. She contacted them for me, and from there they started coming to give me a hand in my house. When Heidi came in, she explained to me what they really do, that they help people with little children, and they give as much help as they can. And I would tell them they are really good, and they help with their baby stuff, baby clothes, and all, and the physical help, the physical help as well, which is really helpful and good. I know it's gonna be hard, but I didn't really know that's how it's going to be hard, because I have got no family here. So that's one of the things that's really that's making it very hard for me. So can you imagine just me on my own with 3 babies? It's not easy at all. It's not. So well, but I just try to, all I will have to do is just like a day-to-day thing, feed them, change them, bathe them, and just try and amuse them so that they don't cry, so to make them happy. That's all I do actually, nothing much.
I first came into contact with Home Start Portsmouth via my health visitor. She referred me to them because I was experiencing some really hard times. I had a 9-month-old baby and just had a new baby who had just been diagnosed with some disabilities. I'd recently fallen pregnant again and ended up by myself. So it was really tough. And to be honest, at first I was a little bit unsure. I was kind of like, there's going to be some person coming in my house with my children, and I was like, well, I'm perfectly capable, you know, I don't need help, but I let her come around, and the volunteer that she brought round was absolutely wonderful. The first visit that I had from her was really strained. It was, on my part, I felt I couldn't talk to her. She kind of sat on the floor and played with my 2 babies, and she was really good. She kind of put up with the fact that I wasn't really speaking to her, and she was just kind of sat there. But she persisted, and she came back again the next week. And when she came back the next week, I asked her to help me go shopping, and she did. And it just, as the visits went on, I kind of felt a bit more relaxed with her and a bit more comfortable, and it became more about me talking to her about the things that I felt I couldn't talk to anybody else about, as opposed to it just being about practical help for me with the extra children. And I ended up becoming a parent volunteer for the children's centre that I was going to, and I did that for 5 years. I chaired parent forums and all sorts, and it was stuff that I wouldn't have had the confidence to do without her support and her sort of indirectly encouraging me to have that belief in myself that had kind of been squashed. She's not my volunteer anymore because I became a Home Start volunteer myself. But I still see her on a regular basis. She's part of our family now. You know, she's done so much for us, and it's all come through her taking the time out of her time, unpaid, every week just to come round and listen to me moan at her, and you know, listen to my children screaming, and you know, she was absolutely fantastic. And I think that's the other thing that I really like about Home Start, is that they are people that are unpaid. And they're not there because they have to be. They're not there because somebody's told them, you know, they've got to come. They're there because they choose to be there. And I think for me that's really invaluable. I don't think I could have related to her in the way I did if it wasn't for the fact that I knew she was there
giving up her time because she chose to. She wasn't a professional as such, you know, she was just a person who just wanted to help people, and that's exactly what she did, and she's still volunteering now and she's helping somebody else.
I found out about Homestart on the internet. As soon as you go on the site, the pictures pop up, it's colourful, it's user-friendly. You can tell straight away it's a company that's been designed for people like you who are in your situation. For instance, if you need support or help or just friendship, they're always there for everything. And I phoned them up and that's how it all got started. It went from there really. I was very lucky in that my volunteer was then assigned to me a few weeks later, and her name's Helen, and I haven't looked back since. She's been really wonderful, really helpful and kind and understanding. I love her to death. I think, you know, without her at the moment I would be in a pretty, you know, big state. I'd be suffering in, you know, emotional way. She's always there for me emotionally, and she's almost like a second mum, you know. I can trust her with anything that I need to discuss, and I really would be lost without Homestart now. It's been a great help, and I would really, really recommend it to anybody.
Some of our volunteers also work really hard on the fundraising group, the Friends of Homestart. They put on all sorts of events and socials throughout the year to raise funds, and one of the things we do with the money that they raise is we put on an annual summer outing, which is usually to Poulton's Park. I think there'll always be a need for Homestart. As long as there are parents, there'll be a need for volunteers to help those parents. Being a mum or being a dad can be really tough sometimes, and having someone there to hold your hand through those difficult times can be absolutely invaluable. And it doesn't matter at all to us how small or insignificant that need might seem to others. We know that if you feel like you need a volunteer, then having one can make the world of difference.